Going. I'll try to get through this video as fast as I can. This is probably the 100th time I've tried to film this for you guys, but that's because I'm not feeling well. There's noise in the background. I have my fan going because I am so congested and it feels so bad. So I apologize for any gross or weird noises you hear. Also, I apologize for any stuttering that I may do or any ums that I may do because I'm trying to breathe. So with that being said, hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. For all you newcomers, sometimes I talk about nerdy stuff, geeky stuff, and sometimes if we're lucky, I'll throw in a review for you guys, which is the case of today's video. We'll be talking about Captain America Civil War. If you have not yet watched it, go out, watch it. It's definitely your money's worth, and it's such a good movie. I definitely recommend this to everyone. With that being said, super spoilers, very spoiler heavy, and I'll try to get through this as fast as I can so that it's not such a long video and you don't have to be stuck hearing me talk. So, let's get started. So, yeah, a lot of things happen in this movie, but I'll just talk about some of the things that I feel are the most important. The Accords, several bystanders have died because of the Avengers and Ultron, and you know, all the people who get caught in the crossfire. Ugh. And all these things that have been happening, the government wants to have these superheroes be held accountable for all the things that have been happening. Captain America is opposed to it. He's like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Whatever happened with Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. can happen here in the same situation. I'm not gonna sign it. And I don't want to sign it because I don't want my free will to be taken away. And then you have Iron Man's side, who's like, nah, man, you know, we should be held responsible for these things. If I had some sort of restrainment, I wouldn't have done the things that I did before, because he feels extremely guilty for whatever happened in Sokovia and whatever Ultron has done. He feels it, and it's like this baggage, and he wants to do what's right. And that's what I like about this movie, that you feel like everyone wants to do what's right, but they don't know what's right is right. I don't know if you guys understand that, but yeah. You get to see everyone's motives for the things that they do, which is so good, because you don't feel like one person is the villain. Well, there is one villain, but you don't feel like Captain America or Iron Man are wrong. You understand that they're both right, and they both want to do what's right. So yeah, like I said, I want to get through this as fast as I can so you guys don't hear me speak, because it's gross, I know. Yeah, anyways, there's a lot of things that happen in this movie. It's you know, Scarlet Witch kills a bunch of people by accident when she throws this bomb into a building. Some of the people that were killed were from Wakanda, which is where Black Panther is, and they have this meeting where his dad's gonna speak, and his dad's trying to get these accords signed, and he's trying to get, you know, as much people as he can to sign it. There's this bomb that goes off inside the building that kills Black Panther's dad, therefore making him Black Panther. There's this like news spreading around that it was Bucky. Not really, he was framed by Baron Zemo. But yeah, people believe that it is him simply because of his reputation as a Winter Soldier and all the evil things that he has done while he was brainwashed by Hydra. And that brings us to Captain America, who's like, nah, man, it wasn't him. He knows not what he does, simply because he is kind of, sort of, you know, brainwashed. He's brainwashed. So he's trying to get everyone else to understand that it's not him, but it's very difficult. So yeah, everyone else on Iron Man's team believes that it was him and wants him to be taken in. He is taken into custody, where Baron Zemo has this book with all the trigger words that trigger the Winter Soldier. He goes crazy, starts killing people and punching his way out of the building, but Captain America gets to him before the helicopter leaves the building, and he takes him into this like warehouse, kind of a auto body shop, where him and the Falcon are there, and he turns back to normal. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They fight each other. Yeah, so yeah, anyways, let's just go and talk about some of the characters here, because I feel like that's pretty much the entire thing. Yeah, the characters for me, Captain America is a little selfish in this movie. You know, he loves his friendship with Bucky simply because he's the last person he has that is from the time period that he is. You know, he he wants to protect them as much as he can, because Piggy is dead and he's the last remainder of his past. And yeah, it's his best friend, and you see that friendship evolve in this movie. Iron Man, like I said, he feels hella responsible for all the shit that went down, and you know, he doesn't hesitate to sign, and he thinks that what he's doing is the right thing to do. And yeah, I liked his character a lot. Yeah, Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch and Vision, he clearly cares for her a lot, and he tells her, you know, it's not your fault, but there's people out there who don't understand what you are, or like what your powers are, and he just wants other people to see her the way he sees her, which is really, really sweet. So yeah, and he follows orders that Iron Man has given him, and that is, don't let her out, because they feel like this is the right thing to do. They want to protect her, but I feel like miscommunications there, and if they would have just talked everything out, we would have saved a lot of trouble. But hey, I like to see them fight, so it was fine. Who else? Bucky and Falcon have such a great chemistry on screen, and that is simply because Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie are such great friends. I love their dialogue when they're inside the car, and he's like, could you scoot your seat up? And he's like, nah, and he like tries to scoot over. And it's just, when they're fighting Spider-Man, it's so funny. Like, he uses his red wing, and yeah, it's just funny. I definitely think you guys should totally watch this movie. It's really, really good. Ant-Man is hella funny in this movie. I wasn't one of those people that watched Ant-Man simply because I was like, Ant-Man, nah, I don't really know who that is. I wasn't really interested in that movie. But after seeing this movie, I definitely want to go back and watch Ant-Man. Yeah, definitely want to go back and watch Ant-Man, and you know, just see why he's such a great character in this movie. He fits so well, and I'm glad they brought him in, because he is one of the highlights of this movie. Definitely. Then you have Black Widow, and she's a spy, and a lot of people are gonna think she's a traitor because she sided with Iron Man first, but then ended up helping Captain America and the Winter Soldier get into this ship to go and kill not kill, but stop Zemo from reanimating all the other Winter Soldiers, because that's the thing in this movie, that it's not really a big thing, because they get killed before they even get there, because Zemo kills them off. But I mean, it's in the movie, so whatever, right? Yeah, she definitely likes both teams, and that's because she feels like they're like her family, and she can't just, you know, side with one over the other. She wants to do what's right, and she kind of is looking out for herself a lot in this movie, but that's who she is as a character. So I don't know, I definitely think that's something I would possibly do if both of my friends were fighting, or if both of my parents were fighting. I would probably want to help both as much as I can, but still be neutral. So yeah, that's definitely what is going on in this movie. Spider-Man. Did I talk about Spider-Man? No, I didn't talk about Spider-Man. But Spider-Man is such a great character. Tom Holland did such a great job. This is Spider-Man to a T. This is Spider-Man. And if you guys have not watched it, or if you missed the end credits scene, it is amazing. Go watch it. I don't want to spoil a lot of it, but this is a very heavy spoiler video, like I said in the beginning. So yeah, definitely go watch it. He did such a great job. He has such great dialogue. I loved when he was fighting Captain America. I thought that was very, very funny. But I liked more when he was fighting Falcon and Winter Soldier. When the Winter Soldier throws a truck at him and he's like, "Hey, sir, you dropped this." And he throws it back at him. I thought that was very funny. And he was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to make a good impression because it's Iron Man and stuff." So I thought that was funny. I thought he was very, very funny and very, very good at his role. Yeah, and I can't wait to see him in his standalone movie. I know he's going to kill it, especially because Zendaya is going to be in that movie, and I like her, so I'm very, very excited for that. Speaking of which standalone movies, Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman is the perfect Black Panther. He is so good. He's so badass. The suit looks great. It's so much to say in one video. So if you guys want me to talk about some things in depth, I can't breathe. So if you guys want me to talk about some things like more, please let me know, and I would surely make a video about it. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to get through this, because like I said, I don't feel good and I don't want you guys to have to hear my voice longer than you have to. So yeah. Yeah, definitely very, very excited for his standalone movie, and because of the post-credit scenes where Bucky and Cap are there at Wakanda and they freeze Bucky again, I have a feeling Bucky's going to show up in his standalone movie, and if he doesn't, it's going to be a waste of a very, very good character, because if you guys have watched the first Avenger and Winter Soldier, they are two different kinds of Buckys, and I feel like every single time they give us the Winter Soldier, it's a different take on the character, which is very, very good, and I feel like they did that very, very well in this movie. You definitely feel like he's the victim, so if they don't use him in the Black Panther movie, it's going to be a waste of a character, especially because he is such a valuable character. And I feel like, yeah, it's just going to be a waste if they don't use him. Plus, I feel like I heard that Sebastian Stan is, I guess he's under contract for 9 movies and he's only done 3. So I have a feeling that he won't be showing up. And, yeah, like I said, the post-credit scenes are very, very good, especially that Spider-Man one where he has a black eye, and then his Aunt May is asking him, like, "Oh, who did that?" And he's like, "Steve from Brooklyn," which is obviously Captain America, Steve Rogers. And he's like scratching his little web shooter, and the Spider-Man signal comes up and it says Spider-Man will return, which I thought was great, and I hope he does, and I hope that he's being used in Infinity War, because like I said, he's another good character that I feel like if he's not used, he's just gonna be wasted. And like they've done so much to try and get him to be a part of the MCU, so I definitely feel like he should be in that movie for sure, especially because he did such a great job. Yeah, did I miss anything? I'm not sure. Probably. It's like a very long movie. It's like 2 hours. Not everything can be said in 14 minutes. So, yeah. If you guys want me to talk about other things in another video, please let me know what things you want me to talk about. Or if you have any questions and you want me to answer, please let me know down below. As that is it from me. Bye. Boo!